Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear fellows, Assalamu alaikum. I am going to explain the topic of genetic linkage, the topic of genetics. Genetic linkage or gene linkage. As you know that the genes are the heredity units which determine the character of individual, and these genes are present on the chromosomes. Mean an individual usually has many genes for the determination of various different characters. As you know that there are more genes than the chromosomes. For example, if we take the example of human chromosomes, there are 23 pairs of chromosomes in each cells of the human, but the number of genes is approximately above the 40,000. It means that there are many more genes are present than chromosomes. So it can be expected that each chromosome contains more than one gene. For example, this is a chromosome and it contains many genes. So the terminology which is used for this phenomena is called genetic linkage or centeny. Centeny means that two or more genes present on same chromosomes. And the genetic linkage, what is the definition of genetic linkage? Genetic linkage is the tendency of DNA sequence that are close together on a same chromosome to be inherited together during meiosis phase of sexual reproduction. Mean that the genes are so close together that they inherit together, they do not follow the law of independent assortment. This is called genetic linkage. When the genes are present on different chromosome, mean one gene is present in this chromosome and other is present in this chromosome, mean when genes are present on different chromosomes, then the characters they control, these character appears in next generation following the Mendel's law of independent assortment. Mean that genes that are present on different chromosomes, they assort independently. But when the genes are present on the same chromosome and they are fairly close together, then they tend to be inherited together. Mean that they do not follow the law of independent assortment. So the genes which are located close to each other, they are called linked genes, and their inheritance is called genetic linkage. You can understand the difference between independent assortment and genetic linkage. There are two examples. Example 1 is for independent assortment and example 2 is for genetic linkage. You are seeing this is a dihybrid cross. There are two genes, gene A and gene B, capital for dominant and small letter for recessive, and this A and B are on different chromosome, and the other cross, and here A and B genes are on same chromosomes. That is why I put a slash between A and B. What is the result of F1? You can see here, and here what is the result of F1. In second example, in F1, capital A and capital V will not separate from each other, and same is in the case of recessive gene. Small a and small b will not separate from each other. The test cross, you are familiar that test cross is the cross between F1 and homozygous recessive. This is F1 and this is homozygous recessive. Here is also a F1. You can see here F1, capital A and capital B slash small a and small b. It means that capital A gene is not separated from capital B, and same is the case, small a is not separated from small b. What is the result? These are the gametes of F1 and this is the gamete of homozygous recessive. What will be the result? You can see here, this will be the there is ratio of 1:1:1:1:1. This is the Mendel independent assortment law. Mean capital A is separated from capital B, and in some gametes the capital A will be with the small b, but here capital A is not separated from B, capital B, and small a is not separated from small b. Then what will be the result? this will be the result. You can see here. And what is the result of F2 in example 2? This is the ratio of 1 and 1, mean it is the deviation of Mendel's law of independent assortment. So this is the difference between independent assortment and genetic linkage. You can understand a basic difference between gene linkage and independent assortment by this diagram, by this basic diagram. Here you are seeing there are three crosses, there are three diagrams, figure A, figure B and figure C. In figure A, we see the results of independent assortment of two pairs of chromosomes, each containing, there are two pairs of chromosomes, pair 1 and pair 2, each containing a heterozygous gene pair, and there is no linkage. When these same two chromosomes are observed in large number of meiotic events, they are seen to form four genetically different gametes. Here you can see the cross, basic cross, capital A, capital B and small a, small b. This is a dihybrid cross, and there will be four different types of gametes. Capital A will be with capital B, and capital A may also with be small b. Small a will be will be capital B, and small a will be small b. These are four different types of gametes, and they are in equal number. This is independent assortment. But if these genes are present on same chromosomes, then what will be the result? You can see here a capital A with capital B and capital A with capital B, and the other chromosomes contain small a with small b and small a with small b. Both A and B genes are present on same chromosomes. What will be their gametes? You can see here, this will gamete and this will capital A with capital B, capital A with capital B, small a with small b and small a with small b. Mean these chromosomes will segregate from here, and there will be no change in the gametes. The parental combination will maintain capital A with capital B. Here you can see also capital A with capital B, small a with small b, small a with small b. Mean there are only two types of gametes which are parental, mean this is parental combination, there is no recombination. This is called linkage with no exchange, and you can also say this is complete linkage. And in third diagram you can see here the same phenomena. The genes are present on same chromosome, but a little difference you can see here. An exchange between two non-sister chromatid is occurred. So what will be the result? What will be their gametes? Capital A with capital B, this is gamete, but this capital A will exchange with small b. This capital A is exchanged with small b. The third gamete is small a with capital B, small a with capital B, and the fourth gamete is small a with small b. Mean that these are two parental combinations and these are two recombination. So this is called linkage with crossing over, and it is also called incomplete linkage. You have seen that in linkage with no crossing over, there are parental combinations are present in gamete, but linkage with crossing over, there are somehow recombinant gametes also produced. It means that linked genes only will separate due to crossing over. Hope that you got the point. The main heading of this topic is linkage versus independent assortment. This is the difference between linkage and independent assortment. Now we are going to study a historical perspective of genetic linkage. The hypothesis that linked genes tend to remain in their original combinations because of their location in the same chromosomes was advanced by T.H. Morgan in 1911. But prior to the Morgan, Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri in 1902 and Bateson and Punnett in 1906, they had given some hints about the phenomena of linkage. It is strange that Mendel could not detect the phenomena of linkage in P. blunt, but Lempriket in 1961 have demonstrated that 7 genes used by Mendel belong to only 4 linkage groups. Lempriket had studied the linkage in pea plants, and he said that there are 4 linkage groups on chromosome 1, 4, 5 and 7 in the same pea plant, in which Mendel could not detect the linkage. We will explain these 4 theories one by one. First of all, Sutton-Boveri chromosomal theory of heredity. Walter Sutton was an American graduate student who studied meiosis in grasshopper, and Theodor Boveri, a great German biologist, who in 1902 demonstrated in sea urchin that different chromosomes of a set possess different qualities. He also showed that presence of complete set of chromosomes was important for survival. In 1902, these investigators recognized independently that the behavior of Mendel's genes during the production of gametes in peas precisely paralleled to the behavior of chromosomes at meiosis. So what were the points of chromosomal theory of Sutton and Boveri? There are main basic 3 points, that genes are in pairs, so are chromosomes, mean genes are in pairs as the chromosomes are in pairs. Members of gene pairs segregate equally into gametes. This is the law of segregation, and the different gene pairs act independently, mean the different gene pairs assort independently. And they concluded that genes or Mendelian factors were located on the chromosomes, and this generalization is known as chromosomal theory of inheritance or chromosomal theory of heredity. This theory provides a physical basis of heredity. After the Sutton and Boveri chromosomal theory of inheritance, Sutton's proposed his views about linkage, Sutton's views on linkage. He proposed that chromosomes contain units of heredity, mean genes, and the number of genes is much larger than the number of chromosomes. And the genes present on same chromosomes must be inherited together. These were the Sutton's view about linkage. The next point is Bateson and Punnett's coupling and repulsive hypothesis. They explain their hypothesis by crossing a dihybrid cross of sweet pea, Lithyrus odoratus. They crossed a blue flower plant, dominant blue flower and long pollen grains with the recessive red color flowered and round pollen grains. You can see here the cross. This is dominant cross and expressed by the capital letters, and this is the recessive and expressed by the small letters. Their gametes, their F1 result, in F1 all were the blue flowers and long pollen grains. They test crossed of F1 with homozygous recessive. Then what was their result? This is the test cross. These are the gametes of F1, and this is the gamete of homozygous recessive. Capital B with capital L, mean blue color flowered with long pollen grains, were 7 in ratio. Small b with small l, mean red flowers with round pollen grains, were 7 in ratio, and a new combination of blue colored flowered with round pollen grain was 1, and red colored flowered with long pollen grains was 1. The result should be 1 1 1 1 ratio, but their result was different from this result. This is the equal ratio of independent assortment, but their result was that the blue and long, mean both dominant character were in high proportion and the both recessive character were in high proportion, and their recombinant gametes, recombinant alleles, were in low proportion. It means that both dominant alleles, blue colored flower and long pollen grains, these two alleles are coupled to each other, mean coupling, mean, and both recessive alleles, red colored flower and round pollen grains, these are also coupled to each other. This is called coupling effect. And blue colored flower with round alleles, round pollen grains, and red colored flower with long pollen grains, these are two in low proportion, mean these two alleles are repulsive in nature. This is called coupling and repulsion hypothesis of Bateson and Punnett. After the Bateson and Punnett's coupling and repulsive hypothesis, Morgans also proposed the same thing. T.H. Morgan in 1910 and 1911, he reported the same thing in Drosophila and gave the term linkage to this phenomena. He also reported the coupling and repulsions are the two aspects of linkage phenomena. So what was the views of Morgans about linkage? Morgans and Kestel, these were two scientists, and Morgans worked on Drosophila melanogaster. So his views also called chromosomal theory of linkage. And what was the points of chromosomal theory of linkage? They said that genes are present on those genes which are present on the same chromosomes, they show linkage, and the linked genes are present in the linear manner in the same chromosomes, and the genes which are very close, they show strong linkage, and the genes which have large distance, they show weak linkage. Mean the genes which are very close to each other, for example, this is a chromosome and these are two genes, and these are two genes are very close to each other, they show strong linkage, and the genes which have a large distance, mean one gene is present here and the other gene is present here, mean they are very distant from each other, they show weak linkage. Linkage is inversely proportional to the distance between genes, mean that the distance between the genes on chromosomes, the degree of linkage is depend upon the distance between the linked genes on the chromosomes. More the distance between the genes, lesser will be the degree of linkage, and the less will the distance, there will be strong linkage, and the linked genes always remain in their original combination. These were the 5 points of Morgan's linkage, and this was the historical background of genetic linkage. Now we will turn our attention to the types of linkage. Now after history, we are going to describe the two types of linkage. T.H. Morgan and his co-workers, by their investigations on Drosophila and other organisms, they have found two types of linkage: complete linkage and incomplete linkage. As we have described in previous diagram when we were studying linkage versus independent assortment, there were two types of linkage: linkage without crossing over and linkage with crossing over. Linkage without crossing over is called complete linkage, and linkage with crossing over is called incomplete linkage. What is the definitions? The phenomena in which parental combinations of characters appears together for two or more generations in continuous and regular fashion. These linked genes closely associated and transmit together because there is no crossing over, and the parental combination, these are the parental chromosomes and these are the gametes. Parental combination is retained in the gametes, mean the gametes are exactly like parental combination, and this character will travel in two or more generations. This is called complete linkage. But in incomplete linkage, sometimes linked genes do not stay together due to crossing over between homologous non-sister chromatids during meiotic prophase. We have said that linked genes do not separate, but sometimes they may separate due to crossing over. And when crossing over occurs, there is a new combination of gametes are produced. For example, you can see here, these are the two chromosomes having linked genes, but when the linked genes are very far from each other, there may be a crossing over and the new combination is formed. This is parental gamete, this is also parental gamete, but these two gametes are recombinant gametes. So incomplete linkage. So when the linked genes which are widely located, which are separately located, which are distant from each other, they have chance of separation by crossing over. This is called incomplete linkage. Now in next video we will study the examples of complete linkage and incomplete linkage.